Alright, today I want to talk about something rather controversial, I assume. I'm not sure what my audience is like, but I just want to talk about the gacha community. It's very clear to me that not every fandom is perfect, and clearly I'm in the wrong fandom to actually say that my fandom is great. The Sonic community is known for several things like fetish art, very weird ships, and other things that honestly just are in a completely different category, like the Shadow Shrek stuff. I can't I cannot talk about that. I just find that one too ironic and too funny to even criticize it. Alright, let's get into the meat of this. I've made several notes in hopes of not stuttering and derailing too much from my point, because I'm just trying to make a really short video. I should be studying for my exams, I should be drawing birthday art for someone, but it's just gotten through my head at the moment because, well, whenever I draw I start talking to myself and I'm just kinda, I should probably record this, maybe I should do that, yeah. So, let's talk about the gacha community. There's several issues. Most are probably aware of it. They got incest, they got quote-unquote bullies, which is just already a different word for abusers, and assault. There's already fake depression into things, and we also have slighter issues with animation memes and art edits. I will get into this later on. First things first, the incest part. You know, there's a lot of children in the community, and they probably don't know that what they're doing is wrong, so I don't feel right whenever I see those kinds of videos recommended to me that are all about, this gay boy is getting bullied, woo! Like, no, do not make such videos, or, gay love, woo, two forbidden brothers! Don't do that, no, just don't. You don't have to use shocking things to get views or to get attention or some sort of viewer base, and you shouldn't get a viewer base based off of incest videos and other things, you know? Just do some normal things. I don't care if you're making a story time with gacha slideshows, but don't go into the weird section of incest and such. I know this might sound very judgmental, but I'm not like, every person does this. No, I understand that there's a certain amount of people in the community. There's also good people in the community, but there's only a slight few to me, because I see mostly just weird video recommendations that I just don't want to see. I see all the time love stories about some sort of forbidden love, which just turns out to be incest, or other kinds of things like sexualizing homosexual people, and I'm not fine with that. I just want to address that because I've been just so tired of seeing the same video recommendations, because no matter what I do whenever I watch animation memes or channels with like smaller sub-counts where the recommendation list is like, I don't know what to recommend you, so have some weird gacha trash that you definitely want to watch, and no, I don't. I don't want to see how you sexualize lesbians, or how being heterosexual apparently is wrong. I'm not fine with that. I don't know. I've just seen a lot of video recommendations about it. Well, I don't just want to like show off screenshots and such. This is just talking about it. I hope you're fine with like having a video that's like very bare bones and doesn't have my reaction sprites or some sort of nice background music. I just really want to talk about it because lately people have been not like listening to me, friends have been busy, I don't know. Alright, let's go to the second thing that I want to talk about. It's about this quote-unquote fake depression. There is an issue with a community of young children. Young children, they cannot express their feelings. They're in a stage of puberty just like I am. They don't know what to do. Maybe some already are like getting a crisis with their emotions. Maybe some actually are developing real depression, and I'm not going to deny that. Some people can be real depressed at a young age, and there can be many circumstances that it would totally like make it justifiable that someone could actually get depression at a young age, because there are many issues at the moment, to me, in our lives, and especially if parents are incompetent with teaching their children the right morals and actual, good deeds and what not to do, and also not educating them about the internet and what you're not supposed to do on it. Because in truth, the internet is a wild place, and we have many issues, pretty much the internet in general has a lot of issues when it comes to children, because some children, maybe, they get into the wrong corners of the internet and all of a sudden they think, like, Nazis are okay and such, and just, no, it's not. And this is exactly what I mean with, like, fake depression, in a sense, because they display fake depression as just being sad or lying in bed all day. And it's understandable, it's traits of our actual real depression, but I don't believe that is real depression unless you actually get it diagnosed. And if you make a character with depression, you're supposed to research it and actually take your effort and time to display them right. Because the issue is, if you're making a character that's quote-unquote depressed and just acts sad all day and like tells, you don't understand how I feel, that isn't depression. That's just being a douche, in my opinion. I feel like the gacha community should prevent such things and actually educate their community about certain issues that they display wrong and not like in a hateful way, in a constructive criticism kind of way. If they cannot accept it, then they're definitely, in my opinion, once again, way too young to actually make such videos, because how will you get far if you cannot accept criticism and will attack your own fans if they do criticize something, Then there's another thing. There's those quote-unquote bullies I've mentioned earlier. There's an issue with having those bullies because it's just minuscule things to me. It's just things such as pushing someone out of the way, making fun of them, and just... I get it's like a very simple way of portraying bullies, but that's not how every bully acts, I feel. There can be more violent ones, there can be rather shy ones, there can be ones that target only one person. That's totally understandable sometimes for a bully to act this way if they just really want attention or have some sort of disability that possibly doesn't let them control their own way of coping or actually normally socializing with somebody they actually like, and they have to portray it in a different way. And I understand that children are not they're not smart people, that's for sure. I'm also not smart, but for their age there should be some sort of education. Once again, it's just mostly I feel like that parents that are failing them to educate them about the correct things and what actually is real or not. I'm not saying that bullies aren't real. They definitely are. I myself have some bullies on my neck all the time in school. But that doesn't excuse the fact that you're going to portray bullies as just people who shove you into bushes, who set your clothes on fire or steal them. That is just plain assault. That is just abuse. You can get charged for that. You could get the police called on you for that. That isn't just a bully. I feel like that's already stepping over a line. That isn't bullies, that is just abusers or people who assault you. People who touch you in places you shouldn't be touched. It's just those kinds of things that I feel very uncomfortable talking about, because I myself am not condoning such behavior, never was, and never will. Now let's get to the third point that I have. Animation memes / art edits. Listen here, if you're making art edits of gacha community stuffs, if you're making just edits of your gacha character, your own character, or if you make animation memes with such things, please just credit Lunik, the person who actually made a base, again in quotation marks. Because you're using somebody else's line art and edit it and then claim it's your own art. That's mostly what I see with people. They do not credit actually Lunik for their line art or anything else. Because people use bases, claim it their own pretty much. You're using a gacha character that someone has drawn all the items for, and you claim that you drew it. You didn't exactly draw it. You just used a base, or you edited someone's art. That's pretty much all you do. And I get it's in the name, art edits. But please, just credit the person if you at least do it without permission, which is Lunic in this case. Same goes for animation memes who like do puppet pinning and or tween it or rig it. Please credit Lunic for all their work they have done that you haven't edited. If you've done the line art completely by scratch, fine. If you've done the coloring completely by scratch, that's fine. Nobody owns colors. But still, if you're using their line art, or at least their way of shading, I don't know, I feel like you should credit them. Next things next, as a last point, please, gacha community, educate your children's fan base. Because there are certain issues, and you should be totally aware of them and actually try to educate them about the right thing. I just feel like the community should help each other out. They should educate their own community for doing the right thing. Because there can be art thieves out there in other communities. There can be people who steal adopts or resell them, even though said person didn't give them permission to do it. And that's exactly how a bad community gets formed, by not educating your people. Just please educate them, that's all I wish from you. The more I don't wish from, I just really want to see an improvement in the community, and less of a really weird, rapey kind of videos that you don't want to see. Right, this has been a video of like old art that I recorded months ago and see a lot of mistakes in now. Thank you for watching. If you wanna disagree, you can press the dislike button. If you actually agree, feel like pressing like, just do it. I'm not forcing you. Alright, goodbye.